Hello, grandchildren. It's me, Papa. The first story I'm going to read you guys is called Cinderella. Are you ready? Are you ready for the story? Okay, kids, are you ready? Many, many years ago, there lived a beautiful girl who was cursed with a very mean, very ugly stepmother. Blech. Not only was the girl's stepmother mean and ugly, but the woman also had two daughters who were even meaner and uglier than she. That's very mean and ugly. Now, this dreadful stepmother expected her kind and beautiful stepdaughter to do all of the dirtiest household chores. The girl peeled the potatoes and scrubbed the floors. She washed the dishes and split the firewood. But none of these tasks were as dirty as scooping the cinders and ash from the fireplace. Cinderella, her stepsisters would chant. Clean the cinders, Cinderella. Cinderella, Cinderella, her stepmother would demand. Clean the fireplace until it shines. I don't want to see a single cinder left. So the beautiful girl worked hard, covered in dirt and ash, and the awful name clung to her. While her stepsisters wore gorgeous gowns and jewelry and flowers in their hair, the girl now known as Cinderella wore rags and scrubbed the filthy fireplace. Take a look at those pictures. See? There's poor Cinderella.
I think that was the same.
And look, there are her stepsisters. That's your Uncle Aaron talking while I'm reading this to you guys. Shh. Uncle Aaron and Uncle Asa both can read books. Maybe I can convince them to read you stories too, guys. But hold on, we gotta finish up. One day, a messenger arrived with a very important delivery. It was an invitation to the prince's royal ball. Ooh, squealed one of the terrible stepsisters. I hope the handsome prince will ask me to dance with him. He will surely ask me, said the other stepsister. I am the most beautiful young lady in all the kingdom. I know the prince will be enchanted by both of you, declared their mother. You are both lucky to be blessed with my good looks, unlike our little Cinderella. The three women then turned and looked at poor Cinderella. They teased her for being dirty and for wearing rags. Soon, the night of the ball arrived. The stepsisters excitedly squeezed into their finest gowns. They made Cinderella help them fasten their necklaces and style their hair. All the while, they scolded her and taunted her because she would not be going to the ball. Ouch! You're pulling my hair! Yelled one stepsister. While we're dancing with the handsome prince, Cinderella will be tidying the house, laughed the other. Cinderella watched sadly as they left for the ball. You guys want to see the picture? Here it is. Look at that. Look at those mean stepsisters. Look at poor Cinderella in the middle. When she was alone, Cinderella sat down in the garden and sobbed. Do you know what sobbed means, little babies? Sobbed means cried. She cried. Why must I work all day long and be so wretched and dirty? Poor Cinderella asked herself. If I could only go and dance at the ball just for one night. No sooner had she spoken these words than Cinderella was surprised by a flash of light. Before her appeared a winged woman dressed in a flowing gown. Who are you? Asked a very startled Cinderella. Why, I'm your fairy godmother, answered the woman. My fairy godmother? Asked Cinderella. Yes, my dear, said the woman. I am here to help you. I have watched while your family has mistreated you, and I have come to help bring you good fortune you deserve. Tonight is the night of the royal ball, is it not? Would you like to go? More than anything, answered Cinderella. My stepsisters have already gone, but I must stay here. I have nothing to wear but these filthy rags." "Leave that to me," said the fairy godmother, and with a wave of her wand, the fairy godmother showered the garden with sparks. When Cinderella opened her eyes, she was amazed at what she saw. There's the fairy godmother with her wand. See that wand? See that wand? Yeah, and she was doing it to Cinderella, who was in the garden sobbing. But then came her fairy godmother. "Why, my rags have turned into a beautiful gown," exclaimed Cinderella. "Look at these lovely glass slippers. The pumpkins and mice from the garden are a coach and a team of fine horses. How did you do this?" "There's no time for questions, my dear," said the fairy godmother. "You must hurry to the ball, for my magic spell will be broken once the clock strikes 12. Dressed in her splendid gown and riding on her fine horse-drawn coach, Cinderella arrived at the ball. "Who's that stunning girl?" asked one of the guests. "She must be royalty," said another. Seeing the gorgeous young woman, the prince asked her to dance. He said, "Hey, how you doing? You wanna dance?" With a warm smile, Cinderella agreed. She was like this. "Let's do it." "Who does that girl think she is?" cried the two stepsisters, not knowing the stranger was really Cinderella. Look at her. Cinderella got herself together. Look at that. Look at her car. And look at them horses. What the horse say? And look at Cinderella with her dress. You see that? And here she is at the ball, dancing with the prince, getting her shake on. Shake, shake, shake. The music was loud, and they was dancing. Throughout the night, the prince danced only with Cinderella. The other girls had come to the ball hoping to dance with him and perhaps make him fall in love with them, but the prince's eyes never left Cinderella, and she never left his arms. "I have never had such a wonderful time," Cinderella told the prince. Dancing with him, she felt herself falling in. The prince was falling in love too. "Who are you?" he asked Cinderella. Before Cinderella could answer, the clock began to strike 12. Go. Boom! She had forgotten all about her fairy godmother's warning. As the clock chimed, Cinderella rushed from the prince's arms. "I must get home," she thought to herself. "I cannot let the prince see me in my filthy rags. Ew." "Come back," cried the startled prince. "You didn't even tell me your name. You didn't give me your Instagram." But Cinderella didn't hear him, for she was already out the palace doors. She flew down the steps, and in her hurry, she dropped one of her glass slippers. The prince rushed after her. He did not see the beautiful girl that he loved, but he did find one of her glass slippers. Picking it up, he vowed he would see her again. The next day, Cinderella was again in her rags, cleaning her stepmother's house. As she scrubbed, she heard her stepsister talking excitedly. "The prince is searching the kingdom for the girl that he loves," said one. "He has her glass slipper with him. Whoever it fits, he will marry," said the other stepsister. Soon the prince arrived at the house of Cinderella's stepmother. Uh-oh, the prince outside. The prince was like this. And the girls was like, "Who is it?" And the prince was like, "It's me." And he was like, "Who?" And he was like, "Me." And he was like, "Who?" And he was like, "Me." Cinderella watched hidden in a corner as each of her selfish stepsisters tried on a slipper, but their feet were far too big for the delicate little shoe. Prince was standing to leave when he spotted Cinderella. He was like this. He was like, "Who that is?" "Won't you try on the slipper?" asked the prince. "Dirty Cinderella?" laughed the wicked stepmother. "Certainly she is not the girl you love." But the prince insisted. He was like, "Nah, come here, boo. Try on this shoe." Sure enough, Cinderella's dainty foot fit perfectly inside the glass slipper. The prince had found his love at last. Cinderella and the prince were soon married, and they lived happily ever after. The end. And this has been another story from Pop to you. I love you very much, and it's very important that you read as much as you can, because the more you read, the more you'll know. And the more you know, the further you will go. Love you guys.